All right. Did you test his?
Yeah, I was testing it when he was telling
when he was
his
swearing
story about
again?
Eric Johnson. I got it all on tape.
No. Go back and post.
Yeah. I'm going to post that on Eric Johnson's Instagram.
Okay, we need 2 edits.
Hey, Eric, how about this?
3.
3. Here we go. Welcome to another edition of Friday at 420. Thank you so much for dropping in and hanging out with us as we have some fun with some great local Hamilton comics. Joining us for this edition of Friday at 420, as usual, Mr. Patrick Coppolino.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Patrick. Good to see you again. Nice and low key.
Yes. He's very
And now
sexy.
yes, he's very he's got that nice. Hey, how you doing? Speaking of sexy.
It's a job. It's not easy. This is why I do the radio.
This is why.
Because if I do it at TV, they get too many calls of women and men just calling. Like, who is that sexy Greek guy? And why does he have no pants on?
He's Friday at 420's Greek god. Give it up for Manolis Antanos.
Tikanis.
Hey, Tikanis.
Tikanis.
I think I vacationed in the Tikanis.
Yeah.
Anyway. And joining us, our guest comic this week, a first-timer here on the show, Mr. Josh Kemp. How are you, Josh?
Hey, guys. What's going on?
Hey, not much. What's going on with you, man?
I don't know. I just I came I came out of bed. Yeah, well, it's just farts.
Right,
Nice.
Right.
That's-
He didn't again.
I just
No, he
farted.
did. He did.
Always
That's
you start every show with this.
what does it
problem.
matter? The
It's still
intros. The
more-
intros suck. Nobody listens to the
Yeah,
intros.
nobody cares about the intros. Yours
Yeah.
got cut off by Manolis letting one go.
Well, that's the best intro, actually. That's
And,
what I even need to say.
Until the smell creeps over here.
Hey, man, I'm ready for it. That's why I got naked for this. They can't tell. It's the radio.
I have a head cold, so I'm safe. Josh, great to have you with us. You've been a stand-up comedian for
Just going on 4 years.
going
I
on
started
4
at 13.
years, touring around a little bit,
Yeah, a little bit.
and you started at 13.
Yeah.
Can you even get in clubs when you're 13?
You can in Canada, but you can't in the U.S.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you've yet to make your American debut, or
No,
you
I
snuck
have.
in?
I have. You gotta be a little nice. Gotta try and look older.
Oh,
Get
okay.
those 5 socks in my shoes, and I can get in.
I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second because the smell broke through my head.
Yeah.
cold.
I
Yeah,
just
it
got
did
it
too.
too.
I tasted it. I tasted it as I said the last. Stop waving it around.
Oh my lord, man! Okay, here's how the game works.
Okay.
It's called Friday at 420.
Not funny.
Each of our comics will take a turn spinning our wheel of random topics. And when you get a number, I have 12 envelopes, official Bell Media envelopes, and in each one is a random topic. The boys are all still trying to overcome.
Do you
the
think it's in
poison
my
gas.
Coke?
It's definitely in your Coke. Once you get a random topic, you're feel free to start telling a story or complaining about the topic, whatever you want to do. And as soon as the other guys get a chance, they're going to try to steal your airtime. So we're going to play a little game of Friday at 420 right now. Josh Kemp, you are our guest.
Okay.
You get to spin the wheel first, my friend.
Awesome. You guys are totally gonna know what the wheel
I didn't
is.
put numbers on the wheel, did I?
No, I was just about to. Well,
Okay.
We'll just.
Just pick a random number when he says 1 through 12. Go ahead and spin it.
Yeah, you guys don't even know what it's gonna land on.
What number you want it to
Pick
be?
It says spin again.
I
Just
know.
pick
yeah.
a number. Make a number up,
All right.
Josh.
24.
You
No.
guys are 1 through 12.
No, I heard you.
You
5.
troublemaker. Wow. Did you guys know he was a troublemaker before you brought him in?
That's why he's here.
Oh, excellent. To make trouble. All right,
Make
Josh.
babies.
Here is your first topic. I want you to tell me about the time you were the bravest you have ever been.
The bravest.
The bravest you have ever been. We're talking about courage on the show today, kids.
I like that word,
You're
courage.
not in for luck.
Courage. My word.
Okay, let's see. That doesn't ring any bells, which is not surprising. But I'll tell you something about Manolis. Okay,
Oh, all right. So you're going to share a little
being
Manolis
brave.
bravery?
I will tell you about Hercules Manolis. Okay, I believe there's 2 stories in this saga. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay.
Oh, he will.
Okay, yeah. So the first story happens at the Comedy Store, right, Manolis? So I went to LA with Manolis, and this is how it starts. It's actually really funny because so my mom lets me go with Manolis because I'm like, I see Manolis going. I'm like, why don't I go to LA? And I didn't cross my mind that like Manolis is older than me. It's hard to go, whatever. So I end up going with Manolis. We're at the airport, And we didn't know that you needed like some special permission or whatever to go.
Oh, I
so
forgot about that.
they pulled us in
because you're a kid.
Yeah, they pulled us in, and they're like, "Is Manolis kidnapping you?" I think I was like 15 at the time, maybe 15, 16, whatever. And
Manolis taking minors across the border.
Yeah, with my
no,
mustache.
so I'm not good at the border.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like
his
the kind of
Brazzers
guy
hoodie.
who like you're going across the border and I'm joking about like bombs and stuff. And so I'm like, I don't know. What do you mean by that? And they're like, no, it's serious. Like, is he like? Do you know him? I was like, I don't know. And they're like, come on. I was like, okay, yeah, clearly I know him. Like, why would I just come here? I'm like,
Right.
yeah. So I thought I was a little old for that boat, but anyways, so we go. They let us go, and then we get there. I couldn't get at any of the clubs, which was a lot of fun. So I had to wait outside a lot of them. So Manolis went in and he started talking to the guys. He's like, "Hey, can you come out and meet this kid?" He came all the way. So a lot of them did.
Mark Maron did it?
Basically,
A lot
yeah,
of the
everyone
comics
did.
came out and met,
Yeah,
and-
Red Band
Mark
actually
Maron.
came out and he's like, he was
Excellent.
talking to me for like the duration up until Manolis's heroic moment happened, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But yeah, a lot of comics came out. Chris D'Elia was nice. He commented on my shoes. That's what because I'm a shoe guy.
Do the
We're
story.
both shoe guys. So
Do the story.
What story? The story? Yeah,
Yeah.
the story. Manolis is like
Yeah,
itching it.
Manolis wants
Oh
to hear
man,
the story.
We only have
Manolis
40
is itching
minutes.
out of his pants. So I know it's. Okay, so Manolis leaves me out there, and he's going to get another guy, someone, I don't know. But so I'm sitting out there with Red Band, and I turn around, and there's this guy coming down the street, and he's screaming at these girls. He's like, "Whatever!" He's swearing, and so he's like, "Whatever, you freaking idiots! I hate you guys." Let's just imagine that's what he said, and he's screaming at them. They run across the street smartly, and so he whips off his belt. And then he starts coming towards me. I'm like, oh, this is not fun.
That's not cool.
And Red Band made some kind of comment on it. He's like, hey, look, it's like, maybe he said it was Seinfeld or something. He said something funny. That's all I remember. I laughed at it. And then so the guy comes over, and then right in front of me, then he just drops. Like he sits down. I'm like, what is he doing? And then like he wraps it to the parking post, and he wraps it to his neck, and then he starts going, and he starts like hanging forward
Just trying to hang himself from
on the parking meter.
sideways on the sidewalk.
Sideways.
Yeah, it's not like he's on the
There's
ceiling.
no gravity pull.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't
No.
get that he's gonna pass out, and then like all the force, he's throwing himself forward with it.
Right.
He's just gonna fall back. So the security guard's trying to like wrestle him out of the thing, and he's like not going. So he goes back inside, and he gets someone from inside, and so from inside, it's like, yeah, whatever, man, just kill yourself, just do it somewhere else to help him. And then the
go.
security guard's like, okay, I still don't know what to do. So Manolis comes out. Manolis in shining armor comes out with what was it, $25, $5?
I offered him money.
Yeah, Manolis offers him like not a lot of money though to like not kill himself.
Didn't
Manolis is like,
take much.
"I'll give you money for a cab, man." And this guy is hilarious. He goes, "That's not good enough. It's not good enough for me.
I don't need your money. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you need, dude?
He's like, "I don't want your money." He's
I don't
like,
want you to die
you
right
wanted
now.
more money though. I remember that was like a point he was hitting on.
It was very
And
impressive, though.
So the guy acted like at this point it seemed like he was offended by Manolis' offer of money. So he took off the belt and get this. He gets up, he puts the belt back on.
Oh.
Like
I might
that's
need it
I'm not
later.
letting my pants fall down. That would be embarrassing. I'm not gonna do that.
He almost did it though. He like at first we were like, nah, he's not. And then like he put so much pressure on it, like he was starting to go blue and he was starting to foam at the mouth. I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna be able. He's actually almost gonna. He's gonna kill himself.
He's going to kill himself.
He's gonna kill himself.
you're watching.
Sideways hanging.
Yeah, sideways hanging. It was
That is insane.
So I'll tell you about me at this moment. I was just sitting still with Red Band, and we're like, "Wow, that's weird. Like that's that's interesting." And then I was trying to get Manolis over. I was like, "Don't give him money. Like, I was like, we need that money to get back."
Yes.
So yeah, I was like, "I'm not walking for this guy in LA too. We're gonna be the dead ones." But so
Manolis jumps in.
yeah, Manolis did jump in, and the guy just walked away with his pride. So that was the end of that one. And then later
I
we
don't
were.
think he
You know
really
the
walked
fu- you
away
wanted
with his
the funny
pride.
thing?
Well, he thought he did.
Yeah, you know what the funny thing about that guy was? So the night before we were at the Improv, there was an open mic. So that guy was actually on stage.
Oh, no.
Right? He had a set. It was like it's like amateurish comics, I guess, or anybody that can get a spot. And he had a great set. I thought he was really funny. I'm like, why is this guy? He's a funny dude. Why is he want to kill himself?
Suddenly Manolis saw his own future.
Yeah,
I think
funny.
Manolis has a bad memory because I think I was there too.
I thought he was all right. Not,
Yeah.
I don't think
I
he's
don't
bad
know.
enough that I've seen a lot of comics that should kill themselves.
And on that
That-
note,
I agree with that.
Patrick Coppolino, do you have any the bravest you've ever been, Patrick?
I don't know.
You jumped in you saved somebody, you stopped something from happening. We've heard Manolis' story through
Well,
Josh Kemp.
I have my own story.
I'm sure you do.
Manolis,
do
remember
his
that
first.
girl
I gotta
that
think
passed
about
out?
Okay, all right. Manolis,
Oh, you want me? Oh,
bravest you've
okay.
ever been.
Well, this one that I thought it was entertaining at the same time. I was in Halifax doing Yuck Yucks, and I was across the street from Shoppers Drug Mart, and there was a homeless guy in a wheelchair, and he had no legs. I remember he had no legs. Obviously, that's why he was in the wheelchair, and he's just begging for change. And this other homeless guy shows up, and I guess that was his corner, and they started getting an argument. It's like, hey, man, this is my corner. And he's like, no, I already been here, whatever. Then they started fighting. Well, the guy that could stand, the homeless guy, started punching the guy in the face, and they started fist fighting. The guy in the wheelchair is fighting back, but from his chair.
From his chair.
From his chair, because he can't.
Punching up.
He's punching up, yeah. He's punching up. The other guy's punching down, and they're both kind of hitting. And I'm like across the street, I'm like waiting. I'm looking around, like, is anybody gonna stop this? Because there's that part of me. It's not that I don't want to get involved, but I don't always want to get involved because it's sometimes
Sure.
right.
Yeah. You'd
So I'm
prefer
just-
if someone else got involved.
You should have
and
put a
took
bet,
care of it.
Manolis.
Yeah, I'm by myself. I'm across the street. I'm watching this, and I waited like maybe 15, 20 seconds, and then it's like, no, everybody's just like, no, not my problem, not my problem. So I ran across the street, and the guy that could stand, I put my hand on his collar. He had his like long jacket on, in his like behind his neck, and I yanked it as hard as I can. He didn't see me. He's like, boom! He falls on his butt, and he gets up and he like puts his arms up, and he's like, come on! I'm like, and
So now he's going to fight you.
You want to fight me? And I'm like, I went like I didn't. This guy looked like he had hepatitis, everything. Like, this guy he was so greasy. I'm always
cool.
I'm kind of down for a fight because everybody needs to get rid of some aggression, but I didn't want to touch this guy, so
Right.
I said, listen, I will kill you.
right.
Like,
You'd
but
be scary, right?
But I said it as like
Yes.
from like as deep as I could say it as of anger, and it's like, did you hear me? And he said, I will kill you, like this. And then he looks at me and he goes, and he walked away. And I'm like, yes.
What about when you were in Amsterdam?
What about when I was in Amsterdam? What part?
Weren't you like circled by like 10 guys or
Oh
something?
yeah, I almost got jumped by 10. It was like 11 guys. They were all like,
Oh, I've had
Crazy
that.
Dutch people?
they were like
Not Dutch.
street. They were junkies. They were a bunch of
Okay.
junk. I was there like really late because
Ooh.
my plane. I didn't miss the connection, so we were stuck in Amsterdam for the night. So I left the hotel and went to Amsterdam for the night, and then I was like trying to make my way back after like I was already like at the weed bars, and this all of a sudden is that what they call them? I don't know.
Lounges.
Lounges, whatever.
Yeah.
And some guy goes, "Do you got any? He's got any money? You got any? He's got any money?" It was a homeless guy there was all these bridges over the water, right? Like on the pathways. Like, got any money? I'm like, no. And the guy puts his hand on me, and I'm like, hey, what the hell, man? And then he kicked my leg. He actually kicked my leg. And I squared up with him, but there was like 11 dudes, like
Oh,
so
they
like
all came out of the woodwork, right?
they were all
Yeah.
there, but they were all like they thought like, oh, we got this guy. Like if they thought I was gonna go, don't hurt me, guys. And I'm like, so I just went, I went nuts. I'm like, come on, who wants to go? Who wants to go? You want? I'm like, dude, who? Like I'm like, let's do it. I'm saying, and they're like, they all like, whoa, dude.
Okay, dude,
They're
we
like,
don't want a piece of that.
They all backed. They all literally backed. I went psycho, man. I'm like, because there's a big part of me like where it's like death is not something that I'm against. So for my,
It was like that guy from a spy movie. You here, you, and then
it.
you, and your head's gonna be in him.
but like so, yeah. So like if I am going to die, I'm at least gonna have some fun with it.
Right.
That's
I'm going to go out swinging.
yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do this, man.
God.
Do you hear what? I love that stuff. Do you hear what happened in Knowles? He died by getting the crap beat out of him by 11 homeless people.
Yeah.
Like, great.
That's a story.
4 of them died too. Perfect.
All right, I think we've cleaned house here. Now, did you think of something, Patrick, or are we just going to go with the 3 Manola stories for bravest you've
No,
ever
yeah,
been?
you missed the fourth one. Remember that one with that girl?
No more.
Okay, I want to say something quick about this one because so this girl hits her head off the sidewalk, and so Manolis comes to help, but he only brings napkins. to cover up the bleeding in her head. Like he brings like 4 napkins maybe. And remember what that guy said when he was gonna hang himself? He's like, "You guys like jokes?" I was just remembering.
That's
that.
what he said.
That
Yeah,
was
I'll
my
give you a
favorite-
joke.
That's my favorite part. Yeah, I'll
Start
give you a
still.
joke. I'll give you a good joke.
Okay, you know what? I am spent. Patrick, why don't you spin the wheel? You got a story?
No, I got nothing. I'm a coward.
There you go. The bravest you've ever been. I'm a coward. I
wish I had a heart.
You know what? I'm not spent with this topic. Let me just quickly jump in with my own personal bravest I've ever been. I was riding my bike home from a job I had that I hated, and I come through a parking lot, and these 5 like young teenagers are surrounding this gal that sort of lived in our town who was mentally challenged, and she was very awkward. She threw her limbs around a lot and made a lot of odd noises and stuff. And anyway, they were gathered around her and they were like poking her with sticks. And this is like 8:00 at night and it's dark and I'm riding my bike through the parking lot and I see this. So I ride my bike up and I kind of do a Manolis. I just start screaming, right? I figure my best chance is to scare the bejeebers out of them and they'll run away. So I ride my bike up and I skid as cool as I could on my bike and I'm screaming, "You leave her alone! I'm gonna kill you all!" And they ran.
That's amazing.
They all took off. And I skid my bike to a stop, and I kind of look at the girl, and I go, "Are you okay?" And then she just looks at me, and in a very odd voice, yells out, "I love you," and she starts running after me to kiss me. "I want to kiss you! I want to kiss you!" And now I'm riding my bike away from her.
Now you're pushing her away with a stick.
Where's that stick? Give me that stick. I'll beat you.
I helped you, but I don't want to be kissed. I'm good. It was beautiful. Anyway, Patrick, why don't you give the wheel a spin, my friend?
That's
and we'll move on to a
amazing.
new topic. Yes.
Make a number.
Yeah, make up a number.
Yeah, make a number. It's not
3.
5.
You didn't even really spin it that well. I
No,
wish
you
you'd
like
spin it.
got
There
stuck.
you go. Okay.
What number is
Now
it?
Number
it's
3.
3.
Okay.
You got 3 games.
I promise.
I promise next week we will put numbers on it.
Yep, you don't even know.
The most embarrassing song that you love.
Oh.
Ooh,
A song that you love that pops into your head that you sing along with, but you wouldn't want anyone to know that you sing along with it.
Patrick loves the song from Moana.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. There's a song from the Disney movie.
That's awesome.
Disney movie Moana.
Yes.
And The Rock's character sings
Sure
it.
he does.
Maui.
Maui.
It's Maui's song.
Yes.
And I love it.
That's a great song. it is. It's actually a really good
Yeah,
song.
it embarrasses my daughter when I sing it.
Oh, even better,
Yeah.
right? See, when you're a parent and you're sitting around watching those movies with the kids, there are actually some pretty catchy tunes.
Yeah, they
And
get stuck
quite
in your head.
Yeah, but quite often the words are like, you don't want to be caught singing it. Because, I love butterflies and other
Yo, the
things.
one from
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast, though, Patrick. You know that one?
No.
The one where the girl's running around with the
Tale
books?
As old as time. Oh, no, okay.
Yeah, the beginning, and she's
Oh, the
like,
first
"I
one?
always read these books," and they're like, I don't know what they call. I forgot how it goes, but
don't
they're
like
like
that
making fun of her, and they're
think-
like, "That's weird."
I think we know what Josh's favorite song is.
That's the one it's
that
in.
was pretty easy.
That's like-
Manolis, favorite song that embarrasses you?
I have it
That's
on
not embarrassing, though.
I have it on vinyl. It's on a Muppet album.
I didn't know they made
Remember
that.
the
That's awesome.
Right, and it's like it's on. They do it on the show. It's those weird characters. And I don't know. There's no words. It goes. Yeah,
Manamana.
yeah, that one.
Manamana.
And I love that. Like that part. Like I love that. Like you think it's over, then he comes back. I'm like, I love this.
Now, Patrick Coppolino, being our resident Italian, did you know that song was actually a very old Italian song?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, there you go.
It was
You
in a
want to know
commercial,
something funny?
Manamana. Manamana is a really old Italian song.
Really?
Is it
And that
really?
was adopted by the Muppets.
I called Russell Peters
Wow,
one time
cultural appropriation.
and played because I have it on vinyl, and I just called him up one time. I go, "Hey, dude, remember this song?" And I just played
I just
it.
started playing it for
I love how
Russell.
you didn't play it like on your computer or something. It's like on the
It was a
vinyl.
record player.
Holding it close.
That's one of those songs that, though, now that we've mentioned it and sang it,
in
now
your
it'll be
head.
stuck in people's heads all weekend, and they'll remember they were listening to Friday at 420.
Yeah.
So it's really good that we did
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Because they'll be like, Saturday night, be like, well, why is that in my head?
Head.
Friday at 420!
Yeah.
Josh, you got a song that embarrasses you?
I just said that Beauty and the Beast
No,
one. I was for real about that. No, yeah.
That's your actual song.
Yeah. You want to know
Excellent.
something funny, too? So Patrick's Italian, Manolis is Greek, and I'm both.
Because you're our son.
Yeah. You guys didn't know this, but
how that
Patrick
works.
and Manolis were like, how do we make the best comedian? They're like, we got to put our genes together and do some weird
That's
science experiment. And so
We
they
literally
did it in a
rubbed our
cup,
genes
and they gave the cup
pants.
to my mom, and my mom's like, I'll make it work.
So a little dry humping later, and we have Josh. That's fantastic, guys. Great story. Spin the wheel. Let's spin the wheel.
All right.
Oh, and pick a number.
Number 7.
Number 7.
I thought that was number 3.
All right.
Oh, you got
That one actually
We're
does
making
look like
them
a 3, though.
It does.
All right, another music question. These are all random topics, so you never know what's coming up. All right. Beatles or Stones?
Beatles.
Beatles.
Beatles guy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Josh?
Yeah.
Patrick, you're not going to make it 3 for 3.
Beatles or Stones.
Better.
I don't know. I'm impartial.
Are you? You don't have one? You know, one that you like better than the other? Or
No, he listens to
No.
Moana.
you're not a big book? Yeah.
Well, if one of them does a Disney soundtrack,
He's
I'll
all
pick that
over-
one.
He's all over it.
I went to
Okay, go
I
ahead.
went to Liverpool, and so I feel more connected to the Beatles.
You are a Beatle man.
Nah, I'm pretty well in the band.
No, Pete Best is my favorite Beatle.
Is that the guy that left the band?
No, he got kicked out, I heard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
Like
got turfed.
really early on.
Yeah.
And replaced by a Ringo Starr.
Yeah, because everyone loves him.
Yes, that's right.
Apparently
Why
he's a
are
good
we
drummer,
laughing?
though.
Pete Best,
No, like Ringo Starr apparently is actually a good drummer.
yeah,
isn't
he was always mocked for not being a good drummer.
But he
apparently
was.
He is actually a very good drummer.
I'm
He's
sure
a
he is.
talented guy.
I cut you off, though. You're going to say something else.
I was just going to say, Pete Best, actually, my musical trivia knowledge crap in my head. Pete Best, right after he was kicked out of the band and the Beatles started to make it, he released an album called Best of the Beatles.
Hey!
Good for
That's
him.
smart.
I love that.
Didn't go anywhere, but it was a good try. All right, Josh, we're back to you. Your turn to spin the wheel, my friend.
Okay.
Okay, and so far you've only, just if you're keeping score at home, Josh has only dropped one F-bomb so far.
It
so.
said, nice try. Did I? No.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did.
You did.
Oh.
Yeah, at 13:30 in the program.
13:30.
All right, I got to go back and edit that out.
We did 3, 5, and 7. Pick a number.
Oh, 3.
No, we've already
No, I've done
We
those
did
numbers.
3.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we gotta keep track.
Just pick anything. Just pick anything. It
Oh.
doesn't matter. I don't know.
how-
I don't know
number
what
8.
numbers.
Here, let's do it this way. I'm going to fan the envelopes out, and we're going to let you pick
That
an
one.
envelope.
The one on the this
you
one.
Want, you want
Yep.
number 12?
There you
Okay,
go.
Number 12, the last one in the deck. Here we go.
The deck.
Who do people say you look like?
Me.
Oh,
A
yes.
serial killer. Literally
Yes.
a serial killer. What's that serial killer, Patrick?
What?
The one who
Ted
no,
Bundy?
No, not Ted Bundy. The one. No, okay.
Like
It's
a
so
young
weird.
Ted
We're
Bundy?
at the
A young
festival.
Ted
Were you
Bundy.
there? No, Patrick wasn't there. Okay, we're at the festival. They're like, "Oh my God, you look like this one serial killer who chops people up and he put them in bags or something."
Oh,
And then they
wow.
like pulled out pictures. And I was like, "No, I don't."
Which guy was that?
Oh, I don't know.
don't
I
remember?
feel like it was the one who killed the gay people. Maybe.
Ah,
I think from like here, maybe like Toronto or something.
you don't look like that guy.
That's what they said though.
Oh, really?
I must have looked like him enough for them to say something. I think it was because the eyebrows. We both had strong eyebrows.
Strong eyebrows.
So they're like, "Hey, strong
we both
eyebrows.
have a lot of-
You must kill gay men or
you
something."
look like a serial killer.
I have the same name as a terrorist.
Josh Kemp.
Yeah, for real. Search it up.
Which terrorist?
I don't know. He shot a police officer.
Okay, I just farted. I'm sorry.
He copies all my extracurricular activities, so I'm kind of
So
angry about
Manolis is
that.
distracting the room.
I'm
trying to-
actually tasting it,
I'm
so
trying to get some
I'm
important
distracted as well.
information from Josh here. Are there any?
I feel like I'm in Chernobyl.
This room is like sealed off, right? I mean, it's a soundproof.
My
booth,
radiation
so-
just went up to like 8.0.
Oh yeah, it is. It made Manolis's eyes water.
It's still morning for me.
It's still morning.
Oh my God.
We're all going to be in mourning. Josh, is there a celebrity anyone says you look like?
Celebrity.
That's what I was
don't
going
know.
for more than the
They always
serial
go.
killers.
They always go for the Justin Bieber, but that's
You don't
pretty.
look like.
no.
I mean, you're a young man, so
Yeah, that's
but
about it. They're very clever.
You're way
eh?
more Shawn Menendez.
I
All
don't
right.
know.
Manolis, you ever get who do people say you look like?
One person I get once in a blue moon, and it's whether if my hair is short or long, it doesn't matter. It's Jeremy Piven.
Yeah.
Jeremy Piven.
Yeah.
Do you see it? Because
I see it. When I first met you, I thought that. Even when I see Jeremy Piven in something, there's features, and he's Greek too. So I think
Is he Greek?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
but there's something about, I don't know if
Maybe
it's like
we have the same nose. I don't
his
know.
face,
I
the
don't.
bone
I swear to
structure.
God, I look at that dude. I like him as an actor. I don't see it though.
But it's hard to see yourself, right, in other people. I mean, other people will
Can you see that? Can you see it?
Jeremy Piven, sure. I can see a little bit of that.
if you didn't have your mustache.
But
you
is
look
it
when
more
it's
the
your mouth and
is
your
it the way
nose
I'm
and stuff.
talking or is it the way I look?
No, it's
A little of both.
And kind of the way your face is elongated and juts forward. Sorry, dude.
It's all right.
You know what? If you meet Jeremy Piven, you can say, A, I look like you, and B, Takanis.
The guy needs that.
Takanis. Patrick Coppolino, who people say like you look like?
Louis C.K.
You do, right? And
now I have the goatee now.
You've even gone to the show?
Yeah,
Tell him what you did for Halloween.
Yeah, well, it's funny because the reason I don't know. Have you seen my Halloween costume as Louis C.K.?
I think I saw an Instagram post of
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
and it was pretty spot on. And the reason I did it is that it.
No.
No. That's
something else.
that's a French Revolution leader in Canada. That's Manolis.
Oh,
Gabriel Dumont looks like Manolis. Look
Gabriel
at the
Dumont.
look at the
Look at the
picture
picture.
right there. That's actually
Holy
Manolis. Is it
mackerel.
not? That's Manolis.
He filmed that in school.
Oh, yeah.
I was doing
that's
schoolwork. I was like,
crazy.
Manolis?
Did you see
Like-
this?
I have seen that. Yeah.
Wow, that is awesome. And Gabriel Dumont was a...
He's some kind of French Revolution leader, like guerrilla, I think. Like
when I look
he
at
worked
that,
with
it-
Louis Riel.
This is spooky to me.
It is.
Yeah.
That
That guy-
more than Jeremy Piven.
He
Yeah.
actually broke up a lot of homeless fights. That's what he did.
That's what he
in the
did.
French
He was a
Revolution.
hero.
So what's your?
That one.
Oh, so there's your Louis C.K. Photograph. We're gonna have to make sure we get that up on the website because that looks amazing.
So you shaved your head.
I shaved my head more than it was already.
Somebody,
Balding.
hey Patrick,
Bleeding
remember
on
at
its
the
own.
And
Laugh
then
Festival?
my beard's already kind of red, but my hair's dark, so I just dyed it red. I bought a black T-shirt, and that was my Halloween costume.
that was
and
it?
it was like spot on.
Well,
It was nuts.
Tell him what you did with the video.
Oh yeah, but first the reason I did it was because people would tell me after shows like, "Oh, you remind me of Louis C.K." And I
Okay.
took that as a huge compliment because he's like my favorite comedian in
Sure.
the world. And then they'd be like, "Oh no," because they could tell I thought they meant like my show, and
Oh,
they're
the
they go,
comedy.
"No, you look like him." I was like, "Oh."
Yeah,
But-
no, your comedy wasn't like him.
Yeah.
But no, I get you.
So then I did that, and then while I looked like that, we did a prank video. Manolis filmed it from the back of Yak Yaks, and we made it kind of look like the Comedy Cellar in New York,
Okay.
where he always plays, because the brick wall.
Yeah.
And it's a 12-second video, and we put it up on YouTube. It's just called Louis C.K. Attacked by a Heckler, and it's just me like getting punched by someone in the audience, right? And 12-second song. We posted it. We put it on Reddit, and then it had like 300 views that night. And we were like, "Oh, I guess it's not going to take off." And then the next morning, it was at like 80,000 views.
Wow.
It was on
And it be-
every news outlet. Like it
That
was.
is
It
awesome.
broke the internet.
Yes. It
So,
broke the internet.
We got like one of our comic buddies, Tim Naskiopoulos, was there. We got him to break up the fight. It was literally 12 seconds long, and every blogger
Who
across
thought it was real.
They all thought it was
all
real.
talked about it. It was amazing.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Broke the internet.
Broke the internet.
Yeah.
Wow.
But other than him, I've been told I look like Richard Dreyfuss, but I don't really see that.
Oh, I can see that. I can see Richard
Yeah.
Dreyfuss. Yeah. You got to
is
go
that
back and
Richard
watch
Dreyfuss?
Jaws. You got to watch Jaws.
Is that Richard Dreyfuss?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know who that is.
There's
just
also
like
a
him.
Jays
Oh, yeah.
player that I get told I look like all the time, but I don't know his. I can't remember his name.
No one else can either.
No. Yeah. Nobody talks about the Jays now. They're not doing well.
They're not doing well.
No. Manolis just joining the show.
I don't watch any sports, dude.
No
neither do I.
sports, dude. Just comedy. That's what we're all about here on Friday at 4:20. We're with Manolis Antanos, Patrick Coppolino, and our guest comic this week is Josh Kemp, and it is a fun round. You want number 2, Manolis?
Well, it says number 2 for some
Oh,
reason.
you absolutely
Yep.
spun number 2. All right, here we go. Our random topic, number 2. Oh, it's another and/or. A licorice, red or black?
Red,
What are
obviously.
you black licorice? You're just a serial killer. Like, there's no way.
Well, you look like a serial killer.
I
Don't you
know.
eat red, black licorice?
I try the black ones.
You don't like black licorice?
I
sorry.
I love
My mom
them.
eats the black ones. I just call
But
them serial killer.
the red ones are just, I don't know, they're so delicious to me. The nib ones are the craziest.
Nibs are the best?
The red
Oh,
nibs.
Better
The long
than the
ones.
Twizzlers? Or,
Yeah, no, nibs.
yeah?
Those little
Yeah, the
They're
little
like
red
Cliff
nibs.
nibs.
Yeah.
I could eat the. I could live off of those.
That was my nickname in high school. They called me Nibs because my last name's Neighbors, and then somebody shortened it down to Nibs, and they
Nibs,
called me
that's
Nibs.
fun.
And yeah, it was a lousy
we
nickname.
were at a convenience store one time, and the middle goes, "No way!" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Look what they have," and it was just like licorice. It was just a regular pack of licorice.
It surprised them.
Yeah, like you'd never seen it before.
I'm swear to God the way I live my life, and every day is just it's like I start over. Remember that Adam? Remember
It's
Adam?
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, remember Adam Sandler movie where like the girl.
50
First Dates.
Yeah, she would lose her memory.
Yes.
That's my life.
It's every day.
Every day is like I was like if like yeah, probably every variety store has licorice in it, but
Probably.
But like it's just when I see it, I'm like, oh my God! Like
This is awesome! What a
Right?
great day this is going to be.
yeah,
I found
if
licorice.
if I go somewhere and they have straws with the bend, you know how the bendy straws.
Oh, yes.
that makes my day.
That's it.
That's it. I'm already happy.
These
That's all I
straws.
need. A bendy straw and some nibs. I'm good.
Did
man.
you ever have a silly straw as a kid?
Yeah,
Remember the silly
I have.
straws that
Yeah.
when all it turns and
Yeah, I
Yeah?
love those too. Yeah, they're great, man. It's like the liquid. They're silly, but the liquid is going through this journey before it goes.
yes, you watch the journey happen as you suck
Before,
on it.
yeah, before it goes down my.
That's what she said.
Yes. And then the reason that silly straws don't exist anymore is because you couldn't ever get them clean. Because
Yes.
the liquid would get trapped in there, and then
Yeah.
the silly straw was
You got to
ruined.
suck the liquid through.
all the way through. Yeah, got to finish that job, brother.
Oh yeah, blow through.
Patrick, red or black licorice? Neither. He's going to go neither.
No,
It's like that classic
I'll say
Patrick
this.
answer. Non-committal.
I like.
I don't have no courage.
If I had to pick one, I'd pick red, but I do like black licorice a lot.
black licorice.
Yeah, and I like fennel too. So
Well, because that comes from that same
Italian.
flavor, right? Yeah, it comes from being Italian. It does. Josh, red or black licorice? Either or? Neither?
Red. Black is like just not in the books.
you just
Unless
don't
it's in
even
an
see-
ice cream cone. I'll eat that.
Oh, like a tiger stripe?
Yeah,
with the
yeah. I
orange
like
and
those.
licorice?
I like those, but I don't like the actual licorice. I can't just eat it. It's like ew.
I love black licorice,
I don't.
and I looked up because the thing is, I will eat an entire bag. If I open one,
What?
I will eat the whole bag. Right, so I eat the whole bag, and then for the next couple of days, my feces is green. And I'm like,
See?
going, it doesn't make sense why, if you eat black licorice, why would your feces turn green?
Yeah.
So then I go on the internet and I go, I'm going to Google this. And to just prove the point that there is an answer for everything in Google, I Googled, why does black licorice turn my feces green? And it comes back with, why does black licorice turn my poo green? Which is what I should have asked.
Did you mean?
I used the fancy word. And it said because it's green dye. What makes it look like black licorice is a green dye.
A really dark green dye.
Just a green
That's
dye.
amazing.
That's,
Not
well, why
even
would you not
green.
Google that, right?
It's because it's made of people.
Do you ever use the licorice? Have you ever bite the two ends of the licorice and then
Use it as a
straw.
straw.
Yeah.
right?
The bits
Yeah.
come full circle.
They
Yeah.
get so chunky though.
That's when the universe comes together, man. It's like,
That is beautiful, man. We can squeeze out one more topic. Who's gonna? I don't
think
even.
it's
People
Pat's.
are
We-
just
I think
guessing
it's-
numbers now. We've lost control of the show.
Have we done 11 yet?
This is Friday at 4:20. Patrick Capolino, Manolo Santanos, Josh Kemp, our guest comic. One more topic, and then we're gonna have to let everyone go for the weekend.
Nice.
Oh, here's a little comedy question for you guys.
Oh.
Patrick's already answered, so I guess we just move on. Favorite comedian? The one who inspired you to the greatness that you have achieved?
Louis C.K.
Louis C.K.
Which is a tough. It's not the safest thing to say now, but
Well, they exactly.
No,
It was
but
like
he's-
when you were doing your Louis C.K. impression. That's why I say, hey,
Yeah.
you want to meet me back in the green room? That's a pickup line, right? Anybody else you think of before that, before Louis C.K. came along, or it's just always been Louis C.K.?
I think yeah, I don't know. Before I got into stand up, I was a big fan of like Dane Cook, and actually I know about Louis C.K. because of the whole Dane Cook scandal thing, about him stealing jokes. I don't know if you know about that.
Yes.
So then I discovered Louis through that, and then he became my favorite pretty quick. But I've always loved like Jim Jeffries and Bill Burr and stuff like that.
Okay.
But then like the older guys too. I like Carlin and
Some of the classics.
Pryor and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But
I mean, those guys paved the way, but some people have done some amazing things. Well, just briefly, for people who don't know the Dane Cook stolen joke story. No, have you-
He didn't really steal jokes, though.
No, I know. So just
Yeah.
give me your perspective of what that story looks like.
Well, there's I think like 2 bits that people accused Dane Cook stealing from Louis C.K.
Okay.
But then like years later on Louis' show, he had Dane Cook on, and they did like a little scripted scene where they hash out that whole issue.
Right.
And it makes sense what Dane Cook says about like he has like 4
He has-
hours of material, 6 hours of material. Why would I risk my career for 2 of your bits?
Just to
right?
steal 2, but yeah.
Yeah, but they are strikingly similar.
Right.
But go ahead.
Well, no, would we just assume that, great comic minds think alike? I mean, you see some,
Right.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, it happens.
There's that, and Louis' argument even on the show was that he thinks it's possible that he saw him do it and it got stuck in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he
And
thought he
that's-
came up with it himself, which happens all the time.
All the time. That's
Yeah.
why I always say that's why I don't watch stand up.
Right, right.
Because I'm afraid I'm gonna hear the joke one time, forget about it, and then think about it as my own joke.
Well, especially as you've gone on and you've been doing comedy for so long, and then there's all kinds of bits that you don't do anymore, and things that and so then you see something, it seeps in, you think, oh, maybe that, I think that was a bit I used to do.
I have a joke that I did on that ended up as dialogue on Louis' first season, but I don't think Louis took it. I
Right,
think it's just
right.
the way.
It was just
Yeah, I have that too. But I do a little joke search. After I write every joke, I make sure it's not like one of those like seeping in from someone else's like work.
Okay.
So I'm like, I do a Google search like this, that. I do a bunch of keywords. I'm like, if it comes up, whatever, just throw the joke out. It doesn't even matter if someone came up with it, you came up with it, who cares? There's one joke I had that was the same almost as Jim Norton's joke one time.
Okay.
And I was watching his special, just like on Netflix, whatever. I've been doing the joke for like a long time now, and I see it. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, "There's no way we've never met in our lives, and why would he?" And it's ridiculous to think. But that just proves a point. Like, what's his face? There's no way that he could just like put that together. And like, I see a lot of jokes too that I'm like another comedian I've never met before, just like another amateur comic or like pro-am, whatever. They have the same joke as me, like almost the same premise, and I'm like, yeah, people think alike.
Sure,
it's not
sure.
that
You see things, right?
nuanced to think
Yeah.
of like a fart joke or whatever.
Right.
Sometimes it just comes to you.
I do the same thing with keywords. I put for porn though. I type them in what I'm looking for. I haven't seen this one yet.
Once again, Manolis gets the last word. That was favorite comedian, Manolis.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. That was the guy who launched you, who mentored you.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy, Delirious, and then after that, Sam Kinison.
Sam Kinison,
Hotter
yeah.
Than Hell album. But those
Yeah.
are my two main influences for stand-up. And my third one that made me really want to be who I am as a comedian a lot is Craig Campbell is one of my favorite. He lives in the UK. He's not really he's famous in the UK a bit, but not worldwide. But Craig Campbell, someone you should check out. One of the best storytellers.
The next time Patrick dresses as Louis C.K. for Halloween, you know what? You could probably pull off Sam Kinison, man. We get you a little wig, and I think you could do a little Sam
get
Kinison.
those-
You
yeah, I'll
could
do
some
it.
Sam Kinison for us. Josh, favorite comedian?
There's a bunch. I don't have like a solid favorite, but I do like Chris D'Elia. I like Mark Maron, Dave Chappelle. A lot of my influences, though, have been like online comedians. I refer to them as comedians. There's like H3H3. They do like a lot of stuff on YouTube. They work with a lot of comics now, too. They have them on the shows. They do like their own radio show. So I'd say it's a lot of mixed media has come together because I feel like if I pick one favorite comedian, from there, I'm going to start modeling my kind of jokes after their jokes and try and be like them. But I'm like, I really do want to take that influence, but I want to move outwards with it and like take the influence and make my own way. So I don't try and pick like Manola said, I don't want any of their, like not even their style to influence me in any way. So.
Well, listen, I'm glad that I was at least able to contribute that the next time you're on Google looking to see if your jokes are, that at least you won't have to Google why is your poo green after eating black licorice. So
I'm gonna now.
we solved that dilemma. Gentlemen, it was a blast and a pleasure, and I appreciate you guys coming in. This has been Friday at 4:20. We're going to do it all again in 7 days' time. Patrick Capolino, Manolis Santanos, and our special guest comic, Josh Kemp. Josh, continued success on the road, my friend.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks for being here. That's been Friday at 4:20. We'll be back in 7 days. Until then, thanks for listening. I'm Mike Neighbors, and you're listening to Funny 820.